Good morning and welcome to today's live show. The market is just about to open. I just wanted a fair warning here. You're going to watch this video later. I only got like an hour of sleep last night, so really want to maybe keep this brief so I can maybe get some rest throughout the day so I can do a closing stream, but baby girl kept us up pretty much all night. So I'm running on fumes right now, but drank a Coca-Cola and also had a coffee. So I think we're still doing okay watching this thing open right now. What are we paying attention to? Well, you already saw that in the YouTube video, so I don't need to describe everything because you already saw the YouTube video last night where we're talking about if this does curl over, hey, bad things can happen. Right now it is turned up. We'll have to see how things work out throughout the day. We'll just notice that the dollar has kept coming down, so that's interesting. The Dow starting to roll a little bit here, and volatility actually curling up on the 30-minute. Now the big signal here is going to be the 2-hour. We really got to pay attention to that 2-hour. I think that's the big thing to pay attention to today. But yeah, a little bit sluggish, so the stream might be a little bit brief today. I'm going to try to overall keep this morning stream maybe the first hour or so, and then I probably have to get some sleep so that I can do that closing stream. I literally am running on about an hour of sleep. Last night was just a very rough one. That's to put it nicely. Okay, so if you didn't get the daily expected moves, these daily expected moves, the upside, we do have 538.85 to the upside, and we do have 522.45 to the downside. So if we do get that reaction down to there, we'll kind of see what happens, see if that's able to turn back around. But good morning for the Qs. Switching over to the Qs, we do have some daily expected moves. We do have 457.17 to the upside, and we do have 438.97 to the downside for those daily expected moves. A lot to get through, a lot to look at today as we're seeing some things look like they may want to roll over early on in the day. I would be paying close attention to our signals here, looking like they want to roll over, looking like, hey, this one doesn't look like it wants to roll over just yet, but do you ever look at the 4 hours? Sometimes to make myself feel better, right? So if I see Nvidia, I see this curling up on the 2 hour with a bunch of divergence, sometimes to make myself feel better, I'll be like, oh, that 4 hours curling up. So maybe a 4 hour momentum, just to give you a little bit more confidence that, hey, that daily can turn up. So if that 4 hour is able to get past that center line, pretty much it's if the 2 hour gets past the center line, you're probably crossing up on the daily. But just to make you feel better, you can look at 4 hour divergences. I mean, it works the same on any chart. The main reason I talk about 30-minute, 2 hour, and daily is because I've back tested a ton, I've used it a ton, so I kind of noticed how the probabilities added up. When you see a 2 hour divergence, it does like to cross up daily charts. When you see a 30-minute divergence, it does like to curl up 2 hours. I couldn't really find that for the 4 hour chart. I mean, I would assume you would say, hey, 2 hour divergence curves up the 4 hour. That's what you would most likely say. But at that point, you would say, okay, but the 4 hour, could that just turn down to then turn up the daily chart? So yeah, it's just the ones that I like to pay attention to. They're kind of my favorite time frames. Now we do have Nvidia up 1%, very kind of a mixed bag throughout the market right now, isn't it? A little bit of a mixed bag. We kind of have like Amazon, Nvidia, those things showing some green, Microsoft. But then we have a lot of red across the board, Interesting. Bitcoin, what are you trying to do? Looks like it's about to reload, so maybe this is a pullback day. Remember this about the VIX. The VIX was up by 10%, so we do have the opportunity for this to see some upward readings, right? Which means we could see some kind of down day in the SPY. We'll see if that's a consolidative move or if it's some kind of rug pull. As of right now, not really seeing the dollar head too much higher, so we'll pay attention to that. Looks like it could drop off. You want to look at this. This is where I pay attention to 4 hours. The dollar, this is actually something I do pay attention to, the 4 hour. You guys know that the 4 hours is what I pay attention to for the futures market as well. And this is curling down. If that does want to confirm down, we would say negative things can happen as you're still in a negative trend. Watch out if we make some kind of divergence here for the dollar. And then if we go over and look at something like Bitcoin or anything that really trades like after that, you'll just see how these are actually able to get positive. So you're a little bit more likely to see some kind of higher low. The only thing I'm playing is the VIX. I like VIX plays. I think they're fun. I heard hitting the like makes the algos like this channel even more. Facts. I'm sorry if I sound sluggish. I'm trying to make sure to process my thoughts a little bit today. I'm just a little bit sleep deprived, so I will most likely have a shorter stream. I'm pretty much just doing a shorter stream this morning so that I can maybe get some rest, and then I can come back this afternoon for the close. I think the close will be way more important than the open as of right now. Obviously the open's important, but the close is when you see a lot of that volume come in. So I'm sorry if the stream ends up only being like an hour and a half or something like that, but I'm just doing it so that I can maybe get some sleep for later. Clickbait title. Wait, what was my title? I don't even know what my title is. Friday isn't as big as your mother. My mom is 4'11". My mom is 4'11". She's a tiny, tiny person. How dare you insult Fridays? How dare you? That was great, Joaquin. Or is it Joachim? I don't know. Why are people calling for... I can't see that yet. I need someone else. Gold? Okay. Why are people calling for gold to rise? Looks like to be near all-time highs. People are saying gold can go to all-time highs. Well, we'll just look at the signals. I mean, if we go look at gold, we were mentioning how, hey, you're seeing this curl up. You have a little divergence point. So upside, look for that 2 hour to cross up. Hey, 2 hour crosses up. Now we know when to pay attention. Okay, we do have a little trend up here. Some kind of diagonal little, not divergence, god dang it, a resistance that could come in. And you're kind of just bottling up in this area just a little bit. So this is something to just pay attention if this is able to break through. But you can look over at the daily scale. You can see how that's turned down. And you'll see if that's able to break to the upside. So if you get that daily to cross and you see something like this, you do have the swing trade signal as of yesterday. So all of this looks good. RSI above the center line, price action above all the moving averages, and then waiting on the lagging indicator. Hey, there you go, Jay-Say. But I don't know why they'd be necessarily calling for gold. Maybe they're still thinking flight to safety as they think, you know, we're crashing because recession is right now or something like that. It's just not the case. The signals I'm seeing actually point more towards, hey, we're going to see a daily swing trade signal confirm if we get this upside. That's just what they're saying at this moment. They can obviously change any day, right? We'll pay attention if they start to change, but that's what I'm seeing as of right now. And the fact that we're actually going to confirm a swing trade signal would most likely mean we test the high, go make a new one. So in Nvidia, actually, since you did mention it, Kenny Benny, I'll look at that real quick because that's the swing trade signal, right? We see how the daily is getting closer and closer, starting to flatten out. And then if that curls up, that's a good swing trade signal. You can see upside. Maybe you do something like this, retest the zone, and then head back up, right? This is a sign that we are going to see some upward price action. If you're able to really close above the 20, I would say. You close above the 20, you're definitely going to be crossed up on this MACD, and then boom, it's off to the races. And then you got to see what happens with earnings. But for the most part, this is a signal that can take you to a new all-time high. And that's why I keep bringing it up, because everyone's talking about crash. Everyone's talking about go up to this level, reject, and crash. And that could happen, but we'll see the signals in here if that's going to happen. Right now, we're in a bullish market overall. It seems people overreacted to that recession scare, and now we have to see what happens going forward. That's pretty much it. But just know, when those yields uninvert, usually you're going to see about 6 to 18 months of positivity. Woohoo! All right, let's see what the Qs are doing. We're not heading up towards daily expected moves yet. If you see a crazy move on some of the stocks that we do cover, let us know in the chat. Because I have daily expected moves that were put out on Patreon. All right, very, very key thing here, not able to curl over into negative territory. So as of right now, seeing some positivity come in. We'll pay attention for in about 5 to 10 minutes. We'll get the new PCC readings. As of right now, the buying does make sense. The dollar is coming down while the market was going Actually, the dollar was going down while the market was going down, which could mean, hey, positivity could be there. That's kind of what that means. As of right now, for volatility, that curls down on a 30-minute. That's not going to be good news for volatility. I just want to see if anything crossed. Nvidia is just heading up. Tesla struggling. Google, little struggle there. Google actually did curl over on this MACD. That is interesting. And Netflix with a divergence here, trying to curl over. We'll see what happens with that. As Bitcoin sees some negativity, I will have the camera back on next week, by the way. It's just been a crazy, crazy week, and I'm trying to do all those closing streams, still trying to do some stuff for Patreon and all that. So it's just going to be a crazy week. Man, I need to get some sleep. I can already feel myself getting congested. I'm going to get sick. I do not want to get sick before the weekend. Like if I get sick on like a Sunday night and then I can come like stream, I can still stream when I'm a little bit sick. I can just sit, slow down, look at a few charts, but I don't want to waste my whole weekend. Good morning, YS. Buenos días, María. ¿Cómo estás, mi amiga? Don't push yourself. Yeah, that's why I'm going to have a shorter stream this morning. That's to reload and be able to do a little bit for maybe later today. 95.5. Nail is selling off, so that would mean the housing sector most likely selling off as well. Dow starting to roll as well. 30-minute curling down as of now. I really want to see what the put-call ratio comes out at. Volatility is starting to turn up a little bit here. See if that 2 hour, remember, now I'm still leaning towards the outside. We could need to make that stronger base we talked about, the 2 hour stronger base, right? If this isn't a good enough higher low, we could head back down like this and create a strong base with the 2 hour. But I'm still more leaning towards this 30-minute might curl down for a brief moment and just curl right back up. I think either that, it'd be nice if you just sat here and then you went up, right? You curl down by just sitting here, and then you start to head to the upside. That would be solid. This isn't up yet. Nail selling off by 0.5. I'm going to tell you right now, nail moves like crazy sometimes. So I think it's made a strong enough base, Daniel. That's my kind of thing. Shit, Maria, I tried. I can't do it. Lo siento. Mi es estúpido. I tried my best. I'm not good at reading. I'm not good at reading it. If Abuela and my wife can just talk back and forth, I know what they're talking about. But that's about it. I bought the swing course and it's already paid for itself. I do have a few questions, feedback. Awesome, Banana Sam. Thank you so much. I appreciate any kind of feedback. Maybe give me that feedback in an email or something. My brain is just not going to be 100% for too long here. So I want to make sure to focus on some charts for now. But you're more than welcome to send me an email or send me a message somehow, or just lucas.s.hansen@gmail.com. LUCAS.S as in Scott. .Hansen. HANSON @gmail.com. Yeah, shoot me an email. I guess I didn't. Normally I would just say bring it up during the live video. It's just today I don't have a lot of time this morning because I need to probably get some sleep. Had a rough morning. Legini, I'm doing good. Like overall things are still good, just a little bit tired. Baby girl kind of had a rough time sleeping and that made me have a rough time sleeping, and then I just couldn't sleep. So I literally just like watched stocks and watched YouTube all morning. So if you want to just come back, Banana Sam also, if you want to just come back to the live video, Maybe this afternoon, if not, just early next week. What the fuck is this? Oh, okay, we're good. Yeah, we're good. All right, cool. Good old nail. Nailed it. How's the stock market and the big pillars like Nvidia, Apple, or Tesla? I mean, Nvidia has one of the strongest bases I've seen in a while in the market. I actually really like this 30-minute signal. I really like this 2-hour signal, right? I like these all around. This is momentum saying, hey, we want to shift up, and you're starting to see that upward move. So all of this is good, it is confirmed. So that means we have the very high potential here to turn up a daily chart. And so that's a big thing because that's just pretty much a swing trade at that point. Now, what we also want to look into here is the fact that, hey, you know, things don't move straight up. And if we need to gain some liquidity in order to break through this high here, we could definitely turn back down. We could even go make another divergence point. Now, I think it's less likely. I think you still maybe hold up a little bit better. You still could briefly turn down and just curl right back up. But for the most part, still looking for most likely upside in the near future. Most of the time it depends on why the interest rates are coming down. So like if the FOMC in a couple of weeks here is able to control the narrative and they're like, the goal has been accomplished, we're cutting those rates next month. Or maybe they say we're cutting in the beginning of 2025. They're saying we're for sure going to cut in the beginning of 2025 100%. Then people can get bullish into the end of the year, and then once they actually do cut, okay. Sometimes it is the announcement is what people will react to positively, and then when it actually happens, oh, not good things. So we'll still just pay attention to the signals, right? That's how we're going to tell if it's going to be really good for a stock or bad for a stock. That's what we'll see. As of right now, it looks like some people got a little bit towards the call side here, so the drop's starting to make a little bit more sense. We'll see if we can pull back. This would be a great thing to do. You come up, you dip into it, you go high, and then you come back into it again. Maybe we're able to use that to break through. I'd be watching this 522.45 as the put call ratio has gone down a little bit there. Good morning, Fartis. Good morning, Jagger. How you guys doing? How you doing? I was a good boy today, guys. I was a good boy. Since I couldn't sleep, I was like, screw it. I'm just gonna start making the coffee. So I made the coffee. Wife's excited about that. And then I was like, you know what? I'll take care of Ari. You go take a shower. And she was like, really? I'm like, yeah, go ahead. And then after that, when she got out of the shower, I made her breakfast. So, good boy alert. Good boy alert. Damn, I need a water here. Okay, good. My wife has a water on her desk. Thank goodness. Beautiful day to watch. I was already thinking about buying some more video if it pulls a bit back down. Yeah, I'm really just gonna watch this. If it pulls back down, I'll be like, thank you. I'll get another position. That's pretty much how it is. Not saying if it pulls back down, I'm gonna take it as it's red. I'm still gonna wait for that to confirm. All right, I'm still holding my contract. Even if this turns down, I'm just gonna hold it. I already went through that this morning when I was a little bit tired. I was just like, okay, I'm going to make sure to just leave things in is what I overall thought, because it's not a big position. And if it does this and curls back up, okay, awesome. Then I can reapply a little bit more into that position. But also, I just don't want to get out of anything. I think over the weekend, because I'm willing to risk it, I could hedge it if I want. And then I can just see, all right, cool. Then Monday, big move up or something like that with some news over the weekend. That'd be awesome. Yeah, you want to make your wife happy. You wake up, you make her coffee, you let her shower, and then you make breakfast. So now I'm good for like at least 2 weeks before I have to do more nice things. You know? You know? My birthday is coming up, so now she's like, oh, you were so nice. I'm like, I bought myself 2 weeks of Valorant or something. Oh, sorry, I was taking a vitamin and that thing just did not want to go down. Allison, I'm just kidding, by the way. That was a joke. Come on now. Come on, Allison. But now I can be like, tonight. Okay, so here's how it works, Allison. Now tonight, you know what I do tonight? You're probably thinking, oh, tonight, you try to get something, because you did something nice, you try to get something out of it. Like, you know, playing games or something like that. No, 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 no. That is where you're wrong. Right when you think like she's like, yes, he did something nice, that was so sweet, you get sweeter. You say, would you like to watch maybe like a romantic comedy and snuggle on the couch? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. She's gonna be like, wait, but didn't you say you didn't sleep good? You want to stay up with me? Of course I do, honey. And then boom, I get to go do something fun with like my buddy. I get to go to a bar one night or something. I get to go have a beer with my friend. That's how it's done. That's how it's done. Oh, Allison, you think I wasn't thinking of this already? You think I wasn't thinking of this in advance? I already bought cinnamon rolls. Okay? We like to eat cinnamon rolls at night, okay? So you think I haven't been planning this for days? You think I haven't? Girls nowadays, he's in the friend zone. Oh yeah, been there. No, mine was worse. Usually, all the girls I did really, really nice things for cheated on me when I was growing up. So, evil genius. I'm sorry, what? Day holiday. Yeah, I got to get some sleep. All right, so we're still waiting for things to curl down. Just notice things have not curled down. Okay, this vitamin will not go down. I'm gonna go grab a water, like literally run upstairs and grab a water. I'll be back in like a minute. See, now tonight too, I can be like, hey, doesn't steak and eggs sound pretty good for dinner? And she's like, oh, you know what? I will make you steak and egg, or steak and mashed potatoes. But if I would have just said that without doing the nice things in the morning, she'd be like, I already thawed chicken. Okay. That vitamin is the stock right now. It won't go down. Dude, I don't know what's up with this freaking thing here. Mexican bank dropped interest rates. Despite data, it's crazy. The peso is up though. So what's the future? Well, the future you're probably going to have is, and this is just being genuine here, the future that you're probably going to experience, which is a sad thing, is we're probably going to experience some kind of upside that tricks a lot of people into thinking that the market is going to be extremely, extremely healthy for a very long time. Right? Extremely big move, and everyone will be baited into it. But the way that would work out is, if you're thinking black swan, I would say a black swan is the most likely time is before the election. But if you're thinking more so like if nothing happens after the election, then you're looking for 2025. The key points to pay attention to there would probably be March, anywhere from January to March of 2025, and then you have August to October in 2025, and that's most likely where you'll see something bad. That's at least what I think. Burl chart, if and when. Yeah, let's go for it. We haven't looked at too many charts today. Trying to just slow things down a little bit so I don't make any blunders. Well, kind of similar to the market actually, like kind of creating a very steep here, higher low, seeing that curl up, able to go positive. Now you're trying to break through this area. You seem like you're doing it right now. As far as the not a 1 hour, not a 1 hour, a 2 hour. Well, weirdly enough, this is a 2 hour divergence, and that has confirmed and it's gone positive. Did this curl up on a daily chart? Ooh, daily swing trade's what I'd really be looking for. If you're going to see that swing trade play out to the upside, most likely you do see the 30-minute pull back for a moment. That would be fine. Really, you would want a big move like this and then that to curl down, and then boom, then right there at that moment, the 30-minute can curl up, and that actually would curl up the daily. But for the most part, you just want to look at the signals in front of you. The one thing I would say that is still available is the swing trade seems to be forming here, because you do have some confirmations. You have the RSI, you have the price action with a good bar, and then you just don't have the lagging indicator, but you do have plenty of room to get overbought here. So that's what I'd see as of right now. Obviously, if things start to change, if we start rolling over on a 2 hour, if we roll over on a 30-minute, you might be in a pullback, you might be in a negative territory, so that's what you want to pay attention to. I think the black swan will be when the rockets start flying. Did you see those things that apparently Russia sent over to Iran? Those things were crazy. They're like anti-air missile aircraft, something like that. I don't know. They look sick. I was like, dang, those are cool. And I was like, okay, we probably shouldn't try to do any kind of airstrike on them, or else we're gonna have some blown up planes. Huge squeezing. You think we're gonna squeeze? As of right now, the PCC down at lower levels, so it would make sense in the morning here to pull back. That's why I really just want to make sure to focus on the afternoon stream, and one thing we can focus on here is the 2 hour. Looking like it really wants to cross up here, so that might have something to say as of right now. We just need to pay attention to this for a moment here. Probably for this bar. Pretty much this 2 hour bar might tell us everything we need to know. It doesn't have volume either. It kind of does, doesn't it? This ticker is huge. Wait, is the ticker huge? Oh, the ticker is huge? Whoa! Hey, that's a good upside move. For pennies on the dollar, terrible price action, so no real technicals to do here, but damn, that's a good move. Did a daily cross up before? No. No, unlucky. No real good signal there to get in on that. Unlucky. Very unlucky. But yeah, HIU 24, heating oil, the daily is showing conflicting signals. MACD and RSI show bearish while candle is above the 9 MA. Yeah, that doesn't happen very often. What is this? Oh, is this like a... Yo, I don't even see that. Oh, heating oil futures. Sorry, I'm a little slow today. Outright heating oil. Shit, my brain is too fried for this. My brain's too fried, Banana Sam. I can't do it today. From my month might not have. Well, look at what signals are contradicting. MACD and RSI is showing bearish candle while it is above the 9 MA. Yeah, so you will get crossing up even with a bad candle. You'll still see that above the 9 or below the 9, whichever way that trade is going, right? So even if you do get a cross up, it can be on a negative bar. One of those things actually doing that is whenever we like just looked at it. Was it Meta? Yeah, so like here. So do you see how Meta curled up on the daily with a negative bar? So that's why most of the time what I try to say is you want some kind of green positive bar. So this is a negative bar, this is a negative bar. So the real full confirmation of an upward move was right here. You have a green positive bar. This one's technically still negative. See how it says at the top, negative 2.54. So there you go. Now you have a green positive one. And you're crossed up already on the MACD and you're above the center line for the RSI. Is today the day for GME? I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say probably not. Okay? And the reason that I'm gonna say probably not is because we're during market hours. I'm sorry, but it's during market hours. You know me, I'm still holding this thing. I want it to go up. AMC as well. This is more like this. Monday though. Monday though. You know what I'm saying? Looks like something could happen on Monday. That'd be crazy if like AMC and GME popped on Monday. Because it's right by the center line. It's starting to get really, really tight. It's getting close to crossing, but not cross. It's starting to go negative. So if it wants to see a big upward move, it would probably be pretty damn soon. But this doesn't have to happen. It could easily be distributed this way. So I know what I'm getting into with this one. I'm not worried about that. 2 hour just crossed up. Hey, I like that momentum. Okay, awesome. If that curls back down, not so awesome. That's kind of how I see it right now. God, I wish I was full energy for you guys. I was so excited for today's stream. I really was. And now I'm like drained and it's awful. But maybe I can refresh myself and be back for that closing stream and I'll have a new vigor to me, a new excitement. All I did was slowly tell you how I'm manipulating my wife into making me steak and mashed potatoes tonight. By feeding her, get this, okay, does anyone else like this? Women? I don't know if this is a girl thing. Maybe guys like it too. I don't know. Do you guys ever just cut up a hot dog and put it in your eggs? Like grill it up with your eggs? Exactly, Trevor. Exactly. Nope. Women are much harder to understand than the market. Negative. Chorizo, okay, okay. Or an American hot dog. It's an American hot dog, Maria. Yes, it's a Mexican thing. I put chorizo also. Yes, I would do that for my kids. Yes. No. No, I'm talking like shitty ass hot dogs. Like garbage hot dogs. That's what she likes. So I made her eggs and hot dog. You guys, it wasn't good. I tried it. That's ghetto. It is kind of ghetto. I was like, okay, she's eaten it for a long time around me, so I'm like, okay, I'll give it a whirl. It was not good. Anyway, still consolidative right now. Still pretty consolidative here. Now, are we getting overzealous to the call side? No, not really. We would need this to drop down to these levels like we did before for us to get really overzealous to the call side. We'll pay attention to this by the end of the day, but as of right now, it looks like we're starting to leak up a little bit. We'll see if this little pullback here can lead to some people thinking, hey, the market needs to crash, when you're not necessarily seeing the biggest crash signals. Dollar coming down even more just now. Volatility starting to drop off. Lock me into your contacts as I have questions or ideas. I'll bother you. Hey, that's fine. In Bolivia, we make salchipapas. That's French fried with like the fancy slice style of a hot dog, and then add some sauces on top, but not egg. BTC might be choosing up. Let's see. I read it like it's typed. Oh, snap, crackle, and pop. That is a very different thing than what's been happening. That is a very, very different thing than what's been happening. Is that like, what? Is that happening in the SPY? Well, the SPY's not going red anymore. Qs? Okay, let's just watch Bitcoin for a sec. Let's see if that thing keeps running. This was so fun to watch here. I was playing a game with my buddy and my wife. We were playing some video games. And this started to happen on Sunday. And we were playing games with them, and I was just like, bro, you won't believe it, but Bitcoin just went from like 57.2K all the way down to 49K. And he was like, what? And he quickly pulls out his phone, starts checking his Bitcoin. That was not fun to watch. I almost vomited. I had a good time with it personally. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to make you feel like that, but yeah, you're taking back all the moving averages here. There's nothing really to say besides the fact that it's just a 30-minute chart. That's one thing to take into consideration. So what could we be doing here? Well, maybe this actually does pop up and sell off again. We'll find out. But for the most part, we see that the SPY and the Qs are still red as of right now, even though they're curled up on these 2 hours. Interesting for Bitcoin to do something like that, though, isn't it? In Bolivia. I don't know. Vital. What are my insights on the SPY? On the SPY right now, I think we have different signals than we had over here. We're seeing more people go to the put side, in my opinion. Still, even to this move. I'm gonna go look at this real quickly, see if anything changed overnight. I kind of want to see where people are positioned for the end of the day. I think that would be interesting. Because it's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Oh my goodness, I am sleepy. Sorry, guys. I am going to try to get some sleep and definitely be back for the later show. And I gotta take some allergy meds, probably some... Well, I don't want to do that. At least I ate. I could take pain meds if I start to get a fever or something. I just don't want a sore throat and all that, you know, boogies and snot. I hate that stuff. QQQ, you're seeing like a similar thing, and the thing, the reason I'm leaning towards this is just because of how good Nvidia really looked. Now, if this starts to give it up, we'll talk a little bit differently about it. Maybe we're still creating a stronger base, right? That happens all the time. Just depends on how much they want you to be frustrated. So this still has good potential to go up. You have the signals here. You're just noticing it start to lag out in the morning. She looks good on the 2 hour and the 4 hour. I heard a rumor that someone else bought this. Yeah, it looks great. 30-minute curl up both times. No real divergences at them. Actually, a small one. Small one. And then, yeah. You actually had like a double bottom as well. So this turned up the 2 hour, you said. Awesome. That's been going for a little bit. Little rejection there for that double bottom. And the 4 hour curled up as well. So right now you're in a 4 hour bounce. But if we zoom out to a daily scale, if that thing turns up, we could see a rip. Why do all these look like they're going to rip next week? What the heck is going on? Maybe the Black Swan event is coming very, very soon to a neighborhood near you. Or maybe everything just squeezes together. I don't know. Could be possible, I guess. Black Swan is just something unexpected. Something out of the ordinary that causes some bad things. I got your test email, by the way. We'll have to clear some stuff up for some peeps here. $6,000. Okay. But you see how good this looks. Like, really, if this still turned up from here, we would say, okay, this crossed up above here. Okay, now we can head higher, and that would be within the monthly expected move. Even if you did this in August, now that would be pretty damn fast because August ends, you know, right over here. So that would end a little bit. That would be a very, very fast move. I'd be a little bit worried about that probably since that's so fast if that would happen. Right now, you need to get through this level right here, which happens to be our daily expected move, pretty much 538.85. We need to take that back, and we got a good shot then to actually go test the high, go make a new one for the SPY. But in this area, if we see any kind of weakness, we actually can start to roll over, or we could have to roll over right now. Doesn't look like it, though. My goodness, it does not look like it just yet, does it? Is Bitcoin still running? Ooh, faded the entire thing. Oh, Bitcoin. You silly, silly goose. Yeah, so I see some emails, guys. I'm going to answer those in a little bit. I just need to get some sleep in me, I'm telling you. But, you know, I'm not leaving you hanging. I'm going to be here this morning. Pantano? Who's Pantano? Am I being stupid? Is Pantano like a good sleep is a thing of the past? Yeah, it really is actually though. Nick Pantano. Is he like an AMC GME guy or something? Let me get you the tweet. Or I'll just look him up. Twitter. That it's on Twitter. Is it Nick Penny? No, that can't be him. What was his name? Nick Pantano. Nick Pantano. Nick Pantano. Yeah, I don't think that's the guy we're looking for. I don't think that's him. I think BTC will take it back even without testing the daily 200 EMA. The wick looks like it wants to stay up. Well, looking at, wait, I'm sorry, you said BTC, right? Okay, Bitcoin. I want to make sure. I'm looking at Bitcoin here. For the most part, we just got to see, is the daily going to curl up? Everything looks like it wants to curl up. Daily looks like it wants to curl up. We're getting rejected from the 2 hour or from the 200 right now. In our sell zone, look at that wick. You know how good we are at finding those little zones. Breakdown area. What do? We go up and test that area, and then we'll see what happens. So if Bitcoin just did this after making that high, who's to say the SPY and the Qs can't go up to their key area to test? I think that key area is first right here at like 457 for the Qs. And Pantano. Let's see what this guy's been tweeting. What did he say? I'm reading. I am so sorry if this is your first time joining our channel. Usually I have a lot more pep and I'm pretty pumped and we're looking at a bunch of stocks, but baby girl beat me up last night. Actually, she literally did beat up my wife this morning. My wife was dead asleep at like 5:30 a.m. and she kept waking up because Ari kept slapping her. Because she like got fussy in the middle of the night, so we brought her into or Danny brought her into the bed for a little bit towards the end. And then she woke up like 2 hours later and just started slapping the crap out of my wife. Oh god, that's so funny actually though. I wish I would have seen it. QQQ just broke 447, mate. Let's go. Alrighty. Good eye. I woke up this morning and I chose violence for brekkie. Yeah, we're not crossing down. Until we cross down, I'm not really like overly bearish or anything like that. Not even going to be overly bullish. As far as Tesla goes then, let's go take a look over at Tesla. Tesla experiencing a little bit of weakness here, but overall still pretty controlled. Nothing too crazy, but if you were going to break down, hey, that crosses over for a minute, I might need to match my trade. A new window is opening on Monday for a move up. He has called the last couple moves on AMC. Target is $8, which he said will get rejected. Then we will consolidate for a move higher. Interesting. Well, we're tight, so a big move would make sense. But as far as Tesla goes, you're still positive, trying to curl down into negative territory. So creating an even stronger base would be fine. Just means you most likely get a bigger pop in the future if that thing can turn back up. That's usually what triple divergence causes huge reactions. Just go look at Apple on the daily back in, I think it was 2022 or 2023. I think it was 2023. You can look at October-ish, maybe it was October 2023. I can't really recall. But there is like 2 times where you had triple divergence. You'll see how big those moves are on the daily chart. Huge momentum. Amazon breaking. All right, breaking to the upside. We'll see what's going on with this guy. Starting to curl up the daily MACD as well. Looking from the 2-hour perspective, we just curled up. We haven't curled back down. I feel good. Shit. Shit. I'm gonna have to go get some Nasacort. Dang it. Yeah, that's a solid breakthrough though. Dow's not able to turn yet either. IWM will. No, it's not. What has seen a big down or up move? Google's down 1%. Let's go see what that's looking like. Huh. Alright, so Google came down to pretty much the daily expected move, just about, how many cents off is that? About 30 cents off from hitting the daily expected move. I'm so sorry about the yawning, guys. Good morning, nice. And data mainly comes out next week. Next week, we're going to get much more data. Next week's when you really want to keep your head on a swivel with that data. For now, we're just trying to see if this is going to be enough to actually use as a base. I sound even more nasally than usual. Yeah, do I just want to take this little hook thing off of my holster? I don't know, I'll have to see. GameStop actually turning up here. What? Imagine this just skyrockets right now. That'd be crazy. Oh my gosh, I want you to see how close that is. It's so close. It's like AMC is one good green day from closing above the 200 and crossing up the MACD at the same time. Wait, didn't we look at this one like a week or two ago? MGO Global. Hey, that thing did end up crossing up. I believe there's 2-hour divergences down here when we looked at it. Looks like it. Okay, so weirdly enough, this is one of the very unique times where you get a cross up divergence that's like positive before it even crosses up. That's a huge, great signal. Now you notice that we're starting to get a little bit overbought. That can remain for some time, but I'd be looking for the next trade setup, which might be a 30-minute pullback. Opposite correlation TLT with stocks since Monday is flight to safety due to failed auctions. TLT was volatile for a couple of days. Yeah, and I think people are starting to like pull their money out of the safe asset, right? You would say, and maybe go into stocks as that was coming down, right? It was coming down pretty dramatically. Maybe, though, this was the reaction that was supposed to happen from the market, right? You can look at it in a couple ways. All I need to know is, hey, is the 2-hour swing trade going to show itself? Because it's showing itself right now. It could. Definitely could. IWM definitely could. Interesting. SPY back to green. Tesla is still suffering a little here. Looks like it might want to cross down for another dip. A dip. What's Tesla's weekly or daily range? Ooh, big range. Holy shit, I almost fell asleep on my computer, guys. I literally just like, my head just jolted forward. VIX just keeps going down. Yeah, so the more you just see this leaking down, that's why you really want to see a 2-hour cross up. The initial cross up for the 30-minute can be pretty good, right? When we dropped off and then you see this kind of bounce here, that can be pretty good. But once you start to keep going negative, then you start to see, oh, daily can start to roll over, and we're most likely seeing a squeeze is what's happening. Now, we'll have to see if this is going to have anything to do with GME or AMC. We'll have to see if this is getting some kind of reaction off the 50 and 200. Remember, if we remain above that, that's a crash signal, but if we can close below it, we could see this extend for a little bit more time, like maybe even a few months. I gotta clean this thing, man. I've got to clean it. My 9-year-old son, that is so awesome, BK. Tell him I say hi. How do you say it? Is it Jai? Tell Jai, is it Jai? I think that's how I say it. If it's Jai, tell him I say hi. Hello. I hope you become a stock trader one day. No video today? No, I am deathly tired, Nyson. I've had a long week full of little sleep, and last night was the epitome of that. I've had about maybe I dozed off for like an hour last night. Baby girl was just not having it. So that's why today most likely I will hop off a little bit early, but I'm going to try to nap and sleep a lot so that I can come back for the afternoon stream. So are we missing out on the bottom lows? Seeing my potential profit if I entered when it was low and it keeps going up. Potential profit if I entered low and it keeps going up. Yeah, so it's more so, oh, I'm sorry, I have this locked in here. Yeah, so you just have to see the signals and pay attention to your risk and all those kinds of things, right? So if I wanted to find a low in here, maybe I want to pick a stock that looks better than this because maybe I'm not too confident with the higher low or something like that. Well, I told him multiple times on the live stream, this is a great setup, right? Even Tesla, pretty damn good setup. Now that's starting to roll, so that means, hey, manage the trade. Maybe you create another, maybe you'll get a dip down. Maybe you'll get this dip down, and that might be your opportunity. We'll see, right? That could be it. Told you 192. Yeah, it went all the way down to 180.92. Just called it. Let's eat. Oh, he hungry. That's not LeBron. That's the Bron. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, these things start to curl down. That means, hey, it's going to dip lower. If they create divergences for you, though, that would be fantastic here, right? If even Nvidia turned back down, right? You see it going a little bit negative here. Well, not really negative, just starting to see some wicks up in here. If this wanted to cross down and do this, I would say, hell yeah, do it. Let's go. Like, the thing is, once you start to think of it more as a, I'm in control, I'm accountable, I control my trades, I know when to manage my risk and all those things, you just kind of get excited when things actually turn down because you're like, hey, everything's going to be cheaper now down at this price, right? Everything's going to be cheaper there. So now I just get a better price. Yeah, maybe I had to suffer a little 10, 15% loss up here, but I'm seeing a great price now. I can hold that for a month, and if we see a squeeze, I can make plenty of money. So that's kind of how I see it. Sorry, I muted my mic for a sec. I was wiping my nose. I didn't want you guys to hear that. But the more people FOMO not buying the Monday dip, the more I believe in one more dip. And that definitely can happen. It definitely can happen. And now it's like people are now trying to get calls. And I get it. We could see some kind of pullback. That would most likely make some sense here. Right, the volatility is telling us that as well. Just so you're aware, we had a down day of 14%. That would mean that the volatility is likely telling us that the SPY could see some kind of down day as of today goes. It could have that down day today, it could have that down day on Monday, but I always notify people that doesn't mean you have to see some kind of dramatic bar in one direction. It could just mean, hey, we go a little bit lower and then we end like this, and then you have indecision, and then you head higher later on. It could be a consolidative move. I like it, Marina, because I'm dying off slowly here. Let me just make sure there's no other data that needs to be talked about today. Nothing coming out today. Next thing we'll look into is the PPI on Tuesday. The PPI. X is out here clearing my ring. Huh. Seems like I'm seeing like AMC and GME tweets again. That's weird. I haven't seen those in a while. Nvidia still watching you. Tesla, you definitely are rolling over by now. So it looks like Tesla's gonna make that next dip down. Apple, though, doing the opposite. Of course you are, Apple. Of course you are. My goodness. Apple is such a funny stock sometimes. Whoa. How exactly I read it, I just kind of look at it for a brief moment. I go, oh, that's high, right? So now I'm seeing, oh, that's low. Awesome. But it's not low enough for me to pay attention. This line is where I pay attention. This is where I start to pay attention, in between this green and this red. But all I need to notice is, my thinking is this: where is the PCC? And I can just do it by looking at it. I don't need to look at this to know. I just show you guys. I can just look at the number over here and know what's up. But I want to see, okay, people are really going heavily to puts. That's all I take from this. People are going heavily to puts. So if the market maker wanted to make the most out of money and steal the most amount of money away from people, what would they do? Well, they would shoot the market higher, because then those puts would lose value. So then I just want to go over to the SPY, right, at that moment, and I want to say, oh, but we're at kind of a high here, so everyone's kind of banking on a crash, but same thing still stands. That put call ratio is higher. If the market maker wants to, they could just shoot this thing higher with the algorithms, right? If they have enough buy orders there, they can just stack them on, maybe send some selling to the dark pools and cause this to go up. And that's what I think is going on slightly, at least right over here it was, and we kind of caught that. We caught that selling, we caught that very, very low put call ratio for just a brief moment, and boom, downside. Fool's hour is over. Dang it. I like Fool's hour. Yeah, that's all I do. Like, it's not too crazy. If you buy Apple, your exit liquidity for Warren Buffett. Yeah, he just keeps selling, huh? Oh, that'd be great. Well, guys, I'm really sorry to do this. I really am, but I think I need to go get some sleep so I can maybe come back for the live stream at the end of the day. So green candle is puts on your chart. No, it's not green. Just ignore it. You can even do this, right? Just do this or something. Just ignore the colors for a moment and just look at where the bar is, right? So where the bar is it extremely to the call side? No, it's in a pretty even area right now. So there's nothing really to read into with this at this moment. Now there was here, so here this said, hey, there's a lot of puts going into the market. So if the market does fall, that could be very profitable for retail, and they don't like to do that. Sorry, Tammy, guys, I am going to be hopping off. I got like no sleep. I'm running on fumes over here. So what I'm going to try to do, once again, just going to try to do it. But what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to sleep throughout the day if baby girl lets me, and then come back on for a live stream. I'm sorry if I'm not able to make it later for the live stream at the end of the day, but I'm going to try my best to get enough sleep, because I just don't feel like I can do the best job for you guys with this mentality. Literally, I got quiet and looked at a chart for a second, and my head fell down like I was about to fall asleep. So I need to go get some rest, and hopefully I can see you guys later. But thank you guys for the well wishes. I appreciate it. Pay attention to your signals. Remember, if you're on Patreon, make sure to get some of those dailies up on your charts. We're still piling up at a resistance level, right? See if we can break through for the SPY. We could see some good things. Now, if we do start to curl over, we have to treat it as bad things until that actually turns back up. Something that I'm really looking at first is going to be Tesla actually is curling over. So watch out. Tesla actually might go make a triple divergence and give us an opportunity. I'll be paying a close attention to this by the end of the day. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope I am able to get on later today. If not, just know that I'm trying to rest, because I just got no sleep last night, and I feel bad getting off the stream early, to be honest. But thank you guys for being here. I wish you guys all the luck in the world today, and I will be putting out some YouTube videos over the weekend. And two, only buy speed with this. Thank you, Short Fridays. I appreciate it. Have a great day, guys. I'll maybe see you later if I can sleep. Yeah, if you guys want, I can leave the stream up for a little bit here. I'll leave the stream up just for a little bit so you guys can chat. Everything's going down. It's ripping to the downside. Oh no. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. A lot can happen by the end of the day. I'll leave the stream on for a little bit though, if you guys want to chat back and forth about stocks. Okay? Oh yeah, I forgot to say, peace.